What happened? Haribol. By loudly chanting 3 times. Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. You need some support? Okay. This is who's?
This is Prabhu's mother.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you for receiving us in your temple so nicely. Nice to see so many wonderful devotees. So it's my good fortune to be here with you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Should do the Jai Radha Mother? Jayo Radha Madhava Kunda Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Vihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Randana. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Randana. Jamuna Tira Vanatari. Jamuna Tira Vanatari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Vihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Randana. Jamuna Tira Vanatari. Jamuna Tira Vanatari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Vihari. Vijannavallabha Girivaradhari Sudanandana Vrajajanarandana Yamunatira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Gora Haribol, 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 Nitya Gora Haribol. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivarjaka Acharya Stolgata Srimad Charanavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अवधूत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय मायापुर धाम की जय कामपुर धाम की जय भक्ति देवी श्रीमती तुलसी देवी महारानी की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी. All glories to the symbol of devotees, all glories to the symbol of devotees, all glories to the symbol of devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtah Prayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, chapter 6. The Yadu dynasty retires to Pravasa. Text number 13. Ketus trivikramayitas tripatat patanko. Ketus trivikramayutas tripatat patanko. Yaste bhaya bhayakaro suradeva chambo. Yaste bhaya bhayakaro suradeva chambo. Sargaya sadhu shukale svitaraya bhumam. Svargaya sadhu shukale Pada punatu bhagavan bhajata magamnaha. Padam punatu bhagavan bhajata magamnaha. Ketus trivikramayutas tripatat patanko. Yaste bhaya bhayakaro suradeva chambo. Svargaya sadhu shukale svitaraya bhuman. Pada punatu bhagavan bhajata magannaha. Ketus trivikramayutas tripatat patako. Yaste bhaya bhayakaro suradeva chambo. Svargaya sadhu shukale svitaraya bhuman. Pada punatu bhagavan bhajata maha agamnaha.
Sorry.
Ketuhu, a flagpole. Trivikrama, 3 mighty steps in conquering Bali Maharaj. Yataha, adorned by. Tripatat, falling into each of the 3 planetary systems. Pata, the flag upon which. Yaha, which. Te, your lotus feet. Bhaya bhaya, fear and fearlessness. Karaha, creating. Asura deva, of the demons and the demigods. Chamboho, for the respective armies. Svargaya, for the attainment of heaven. Sadhushu, among the saintly demigods and devotees. Kaleshu, among the envious. Itaraya, for just the opposite. Bhuman, O most powerful Lord. Padaha, the lotus feet. Punatu, may they purify. Bhagavan, O Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhajatam, who are engaged in worshipping you. Agham, the sins. Naha, of us. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O Omnipotent Lord, in your incarnation as Trivikrama, you raise your leg like a flagpole to break the shell of the universe, allowing the holy Ganges to flow down like a banner of victory in 3 branches throughout the 3 planetary systems. By 3 mighty steps of your lotus feet, your Lordship captured Bali Maharaj, along with his universal kingdom. Your lotus feet inspire fear in the demons by driving them down to hell, and fearlessness among your devotees by elevating them to the perfection of heavenly life. We are sincerely trying to worship you, our Lord. Therefore, may your lotus feet kindly free us from all of our sinful reactions. Purport. In order to reclaim for the demigods the universal kingdom seized by Bali Maharaj, Lord Krishna, as described in the 8th canto of this great work, appeared as the beautiful dwarf Brahmana Vamana, who extended his foot upward to the outer limits of the universe. When the Lord's leg breached a hole in the universal shell, the holy Ganges water came flowing into the universe. This scene appeared like an upraised flagpole with a wonderfully flowing victory banner. As stated in the Shruti mantras, Charanam Pavitram Vidatam Puranam Yena Putas Tarati Duskritani. The lotus feet of the personality of Godhead are most pure, all-pervading, and the oldest of all. One who is purified by them crosses over all previous sinful activities. Throughout the universe, the process of worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord is most famous. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So there's many wonderful points that can be extracted from this verse. It's very nice, very beautiful verse, and nice, small purport, but so many things can be drawn. Like we have the Vamana Lila, so many wonderful teachings are there. And then, how Vamana becomes Trivikrama and pierces the universe, Ganga is coming down. You can also draw from that, Ganga coming down. Where is he? He's coming with so much force. Ganga is like the picture is described. Lord Vamana's foot as Trivikrama is like the flagpole, and he's saying, like the waving. Ganga is coming down, and it's like the waving flag. It's like the pataka. So this is the description. It's such a beautiful description, given this in this verse. And then Ganga is coming with so much force. This is the mercy of the Lord directly, but how is it going to come to the material world? It will just like wash everything, purify everything too fast. So Lord Shiva takes Ganges on his head and like this. So many points can be also drawn, but perhaps the most important one is, at least that the one which we will discuss more, is the Padasevana, the worshipping the lotus feet, which is said, is praised in all the, all over the world. The scriptures is most powerful. This is one of the 9 processes which Prahlad Maharaj speaks in 7th canto. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Arachanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam. And in the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes for Padasevanam. 4. Padasevanam. According to one's taste and strength, hearing, chanting, and remembrance may be followed by Padasevanam. One obtains the perfection of remembering when one constantly thinks of the lotus feet of the Lord. Being intensely attached to thinking of the Lord's lotus feet is called Padasevanam. When one is particularly adherent to the process of Padasevanam, this process gradually includes other processes, such as seeing the form of the Lord, touching the form of the Lord, circumambulating the form of the or the temple of the Lord, visiting such places as Jagannath Puri, Dwarka, and Mathura to see the Lord's form, and bathing in the Ganges or Yamuna. Bathing in the Ganges and serving a pure Vaishnava are also known as Tadiya Upasanam. This is also Padasevanam. The word Tadiya means in relationship with the Lord. Service to the Vaishnava, Tulasi, Ganges, and Yamuna are included in Padasevanam. All these processes of Padasevanam help one advance in spiritual life very quickly. So here, Srila Prabhupada is speaking about Padasevanam, and it's included in service to Vaishnavas, to Ganges, Yamuna, to Tulasi Devi. These are all included in Padasevanam. So what is our famous example of Padasevanam? So is Lakshmi Devi. As is stated in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Shri Vishnu Shravane Parikshita Bhavad Vaiyasakih Kirtane Prahlada Smarane Tatangri Bhajane Lakshmi Pritu Pujane Akrurasto Bandane Kapipatir Dasye Tasakyar Junaha Sadavasvatma Nivedane Balidabut Krishna Ptire Shampara. The examples of practicing one anga are illustrated in another work, Padyavali. Parikshit is an example of hearing about the Lord, and Sukadev is an example of chanting about the glories of the Lord. Prahlad is an example of remembering the Lord, and Lakshmi is an example of serving the lotus feet of the Lord. Prithu is an example of performing deity worship of the Lord. Akrura is an example of attaining perfection by offering praise to the Lord. Hanuman is an example of service with the attitude of servant of the Lord. Arjuna is an example of friendship with the Lord. Bali is an example of offering oneself to the Lord. They achieve Krishna by following principally one anga. So Bali Maharaj, since Vamana Devi is coming, so that's also, we could also draw so many teachings, from Atmani Vedanam. We will focus only on Padasevanam. So, it's mentioned, no? One of the parts of Padasevana is offering tulsi leaves to the lotus feet. So who got attracted by the tulsi leaves from the Chatuskumar? So in Bhagavatam 3:15-43, Tasya Ravinda Nayanasya Padaravinda Kinjal Kamishra Tulasi Makaranda Vayu Antargata Svavivarena Chakarati Sham Sankshopamakshara Yusham Apichitta Tanvo. When the breeze carrying the aroma of the tulsi leaves from the toes of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead entered the nostrils of those sages, they experienced a change of both body and mind, even though they were attached to the impersonal Brahman understanding. So this simply by smelling the fragrance from the Tulsi Devi from the lotus feet of the Lord, Chatuskumar, they changed. They were in impersonalists, Brahman realization. That was their focus. But just simply by smelling. So we are smelling flowers every day. We are, worshipping Tulsi every day. What's happening to us? No change? Is there change in my heart? Of course there is change, otherwise we wouldn't be sitting here. But just see how simple Krishna consciousness is. One small thing with the proper attitude, the proper, or just mercy, can change one's life. Then it is also said about the lotus feet of the Lord. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 14:58. Samasritaye padapallavaplavam mahat padam punyayasho murare bhavam buddhiravatsa padam param padam 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 yadavipadam nitisham. For those who have accepted the abode of the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of the cosmic manifestation and is famous as Murari, the enemy of Mura demon, the ocean of the material world is like the water contained in a half's hoofprint. Their goal is Param Padam, Vaikuntha, the place where there are no material miseries, nor the place where there is danger at every step. So this world is Param Padam. Shri Gornita, Shri Radhamadava, Shri Sitaram Lakshmi Ki Jai. So this material world is Param. There's danger at every step. But for those who take shelter of the Lord's lotus feet, what happens? This vast ocean becomes like a small puddle. The water contained in the vatsa, in the calf's hoofprint. So this is very easily to cross. So we can see Krishna consciousness is simple for the simple and hard for the complex-minded. What do you say? The crooked, Srila Prabhupada says. Then we also have the other famous verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Yad pada pankaja palasa vilasa bhaktya karamasam graditam udgratayanti santaha tadvam nariktamatayo yatayo piruddha sroto ganas tamaranam bhajava sudevam. This is 4th canto, 22nd chapter, verse 39. And the devotees who are always engaged in the service of the toes of the lotus feet of the Lord can very easily overcome hard-knotted desires for fruitive activities. Because this is very difficult, the non-devotees, the jnanis and the yogis, although trying to stop the waves of sense gratification, cannot do so. Therefore, you are advised to engage in the devotional service of Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purport there are 3 kinds of transcendentalists who are trying to overcome the modes of material nature: the jnanis, yogis, and bhaktis. They all attempt to overcome the influence of the senses, but this is compared to a great river. One is being tussled, one is carried away by the waves, by this guna, the 3 guna. So it's very, for Jnanis yogis, is very difficult. So this this big river, this being tousled in the waves of this material, the sorry, it's just. It can be easily overcome by we have to focus mind on Sri Krishna. And all these disturbances are coming, all these harassment from the senses, so many disturbances, the six enemies, our anarthas, so many waves are there. Then how we can cross over this ocean? How can we make some tangible, we need some tools we can cross, because we are hearing, it becomes, one who surrenders, then this becomes like a small paddle, But how we can surrender, how we can reach to that platform. So in Bhakti Rasam, in the Nectar of Devotion, Srila Prabhupada, this is in chapter 26, Stimulation for Ecstatic Love, Srila Prabhupada gives us very nice ways how our mind can become attracted. So, for instance, Krishna's favorite plant, tulasi. Lord Krishna is very fond of tulasi leaves and buds. Because tulasi buds are usually offered up to the lotus feet of Krishna, a devotee once prayed to the tulasi buds to give him some information about the lotus feet of the Lord. The devotee expected that the tulasi buds would know something of the glories of Lord Shri Krishna's lotus feet. So here we have, one very simple method how we can, cross this ocean. Tulsi Devi, she's always sitting there. Maybe she knows something, So when anybody is coming, let's ask Srimati Tulasi Devi. She'll be always sitting there in the Lord's lotus feet. Must know many secrets. What's happening? Where's Krishna wandering? She's always there, so she knows where Krishna is wandering. So in this way, we can develop some attraction, our mind can be attracted to Krishna. And then this way, all our baggage, all our habits, then we can modify. Because we're coming to Krishna consciousness, but we're having so many bad habits or so many difficulties, so many things which are not stopping us from fully surrendering, like we heard, just smelling, but we are smelling, still we have to come to that platform. So these small symptoms of the symptoms for stimulation for ecstatic love, these small things that Srila Prabhupada speaks in the Nectar of Devotion can help us, can bring us that mindset, that attraction to hearing from Krishna. So anyway, we have seen, I think, most important relevant verses. I mean, there's many other places we can find Srila Prabhupada speaking about Padasevanam. So another way how we can, or let's say, our aim, our prayojan should be to always remember Krishna and never forget him. So how to achieve, to see Krishna everywhere? How we can see Krishna everywhere? Because if we see Krishna everywhere, then automatically all our, these big waves in this ocean, we will be able to cross. So how we can see Krishna everywhere? Our acharyas give us nice examples. No, for instance, since we are with Lord Vamana is coming in this purport, it's coming to mind Srila Jiva Goswami's work on Harinamrita Vyakarana. So in this way, Jiva Goswami is teaching us how we can see Krishna, in each letter, each word, in every book. We are taking a book. So Jiva Goswami is teaching us how we can see Krishna in every word and in every letter. And Lord Vamana is present in any of these words. He is present there. How? So Jiva Goswami is a very nice method. His work, Harinamrita Vyakarana, is taking the grammar and is making it into Harinama Amrita with the transcendental names of the Lord. So in this way, he's making grammar into something which is Krishna conscious. So you're just, studying grammar, and you're being Krishna conscious. You're not studying grammar. You're listening about the Lord's pastimes, and Vamanadev comes there. So that's why we are quoting from this. First of all, Jiva Goswami starts, Om Narayana Udbhuto Yam Varna Kramaha. So the whole Sanskrit alphabet is coming from Narayan. The different points of articulation comes from the different parts of Narayan. We'll not get into that. Then he is explaining Tatrada Chaturdasha Sarveshvara, these 14 Sarveshvaras. Among those, Tesham Dva Dva Ekat Makao, there is pairs. In the first 10, there is pairs. You all know, you're all Indian devotees, so you know the alphabet, right? So there is pairs of vowels. First of all, Sarveshvara, in the current grammars, Swara is used for the vowel. But Jiva Goswami is making it into a transcendental name called Sarveshvara. So Sarveshvara means the controller, the controller of all, Sarva Ishvara. The same sound as Swara is there. Jiva Goswami is calling Sarveshvara. So in this way, he's making it into Krishna consciousness. So this is the way how we can, make the mind think of Krishna, everything see related to Krishna. Then, of this Ekadmakao, these Ekadmakas, there's two. One is short, one is long. So what is the name of these two letters, these two types of letters? So Vaman is coming as Dwarvamana. And Trivikrama is coming as same incarnation but long. Tesham Dava Dava Ekadmakao Purva Vamanaha Parastrivikramaha. So, it's the same sound, one is short, one is long. Vamana and Trivikrama, same incarnation, one is small, one is big. So Krishna, Jiva Goswami is directly putting their Krishna consciousness into the grammar. Then you're not reading grammar, you're like absorbing in seeing the Lord's pastimes, and so on. He goes on. It's very wonderful work Jiva Goswami made there. So then this way, always we can constantly think of the Lord's lotus feet. That's our aim of this verse. That's the principle which is given here. How to always remember the Lord's lotus feet. So in various work, Acharya is giving us so many tools, so many ways we can use to always remember the Lord. Then this huge ocean, this everything, then becomes Vatsapadam. A small step. Now we can see from reading the verse, we're hearing this becomes this small pond, but how? Now we can see. Now we can see how it very easily comes. We become absorbed, listening. All our thoughts are bygone. So to now constantly association, sadhusanga, all this, we can quote the 5 limbs of bhakti. The 5 most important: Namakirtana, Sadhusanga Namakirtana, Bhagavat Shravan, Mathuravas, Srimurtira, Shraddhaya Sevana. So in this way, we have in all these tools. Then we can easily come to the point of this verse, which is to constantly remember, constantly serve the Lord's lotus feet. So we have seen so many wonderful instructions from various verses acharyas are giving us, and we have discussed how we can practically apply it, not just theory. Oh yes, become small. All our sufferings become small. We have seen, practically one small example we have given. So, if there any questions from your side, how we can, come to this point of serving Krishna, lotus feet, remembering constantly. So you can have some questions. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. You are telling about in starting about the smelling the tulsi leaves, about the Chatuskumar, and you also mentioned we are doing like this. So what is the reason we have not changes like in our heart? No, nothing change happen. Something little bit happen, but not like that.
Well, we have our prayojana, which is to completely surrender. So from that point of view, we have not made any progress. But take it a few steps down. Where are you right now? What are you doing daily? You are doing, your sadhana, you're chanting your japa. So we can already see there is some change. There is already. For one who has heard the holy name once, his life is changed. He might not, we have the karmas, the kuta bija, palanmukha, the prarabdha karmas. Sometimes they are coming in the way, it's manifesting, we are burning. So sometimes it seems there is no change. But actually all this is finished for devotee. It's all burnt. There's one verse, Bhagavatam is, I cannot recall it, but it's speaking for one who is doing this devotional service, then all these all these rooted desires or anarthas, they are burnt, so they will not revive. Even if they may come, then still Krishna, we have the mercy of Vaishnavas, we have the association of Vaishnavas. So there is change. There is change. We may not directly see at first, but it will come. The whole process is to, like the most powerful, like Guru Maharaj says, 80%, 90% of Krishna consciousness is what? Sadhu Sangha. So in this way, if you are in Sadhu Sangha, then everything will be changed.
In Chatuskumara cases, they turn from impersonalist to direct pure devotee. But in our case, we are not like an impersonalist.
So already change has happened from before. So already it's already attraction for Lord is there. So what do you want to ask exactly?
I want to ask exactly, Prabhuji, the difference in the Chatuskumaras to impersonalist to pure devotee so long. But in our case, we are not. I'm not just impersonalist. I'm something little devotee. So, Prabhuji, means my question is that. So, what is the main reason from the DT, from my side, lacking happen? So I am not I'm doing every day. So from my side, lacking is there.
Okay.
Yes.
From Shishastakam, we can take the second verse, no? So there is no rules, fast and hard rules for chanting the Lord's name. There's no rules. One can chant anytime, anyhow, and is purified. So then we can think, oh, then if someone who is very sinful is chanting and he's getting that benefit, what to speak? What benefit will get someone who is already following? What will be his benefit? If some person who is fully sinful, or he's atheist, or he's, whatever, if he chants the holy name and becomes purified, what to speak of someone who is trying to chant consciously, with devotion, and with bhakti? What to speak? What will be the benefit of that person? What will be the blessings that the holy name is giving? So, yes, we're not the. In a way, we can say we are not impersonalists. Although for myself, I still say so many, like small impersonalism. Like how we deal with devotees. If I'm truly personalist, I'll be concerned of every single devotee. I'll be conscious, but I'm so conscious of myself. I'm conscious of so many things. Means personalism. What is to be personalist? Then we have to see what is the meaning of to be personalist. Krishna is a person, but he's not. So that means, what is that person? Who is that person? He's having so many qualities. He has a name, form, qualities, pastimes. That means, associates, so many things. So Krishna is coming with all this. Am I conscious of all this? So if I'm conscious, if I'm loving someone, I will know everything about that person. So in a sense, if we see it from this perspective, I feel like I am very impersonalist, because I still have a long way to go. Still, it can easily be overcome, like we have explained. Easily can be overcome. Just the sincerity, devotion, sadhusanga, these things will help us, will protect. And even, it's there, Is that okay? Thank you. Yes, true.
Hare Krishna Bhaji. Thank you for this wonderful class. You were explaining about Pada Sevanam. So this, we hear in Pada Sevanam these two things, that service to Vaishnavas, what you told, service to deities, and then service to the instruction of spiritual masters. All this comes under Pada Sevanam. And also service to great soul, Mahas Seva. So you have been practically rendering service to Maharaj from many years. So what experiences do you have in Pada Sevanam? Because generally what we have, Pada Sevanam, we mainly focus on Shravanam and Kirtanam. Pada Sevanam is not so much into our life, but you have practically experienced it. So if you can share some experiences of that.
Thank you for your question. In fact, when I was revising the purport to this verse in 7th canto, I've read it earlier, but I was like, oh yes, serving spiritual master, serving Vaishnava is also Padanam. Oh, I'm doing Padanam. So, what I can say it's very service to the spiritual master. In all places, all the Vedas, all scriptures is emphasized. Without serving the spiritual master, of course we have Kripa, Kripa Siddha. That's there, but we cannot claim to receive Kripa. So for that we are following the sadhana bhakti, and serving the spiritual master, which is most essential. And practically, you feel safe, you feel completely safe, you feel no fear, because you have your master. Like I asked once Guru Maharaj, we were japa walking, Guru Maharaj, what is your favorite japa walk with Srila Prabhupada? So he was telling, one time, they were walking in Juhu Beach, and Prabhupada was saying, he was pointing some dogs, some street dogs, and then he pointed some dogs which somebody's dogs, What is the difference between the two? Well, one, the street dogs are where they will get food. Where they will get food? The other one, no, they have their master. They are proudly walking. They're proudly. So then, under the shade of the lotus feet of the spiritual master, I feel like that. It's sheltered. No worries, no anxiety. Of course, mine is there. It's coming all the time. It's not that it is no disturbances that they are coming, but how can I live? I cannot live. Since I started serving him, especially this year, somehow I received this service of serving him here in India, and I just cannot. I had other plans. Marath was initially going to be for a short time and going to go back anyway, whatever. But somehow things changed, and I remain in his service, and I just cannot leave. So because I feel so peaceful, so sheltered. So where else I want to go? So I only pray for all of you that I can remain in his service. Yes, today's verse. O omnipotent Lord, in your incarnation as Trivikrama, you raise your leg like a flagpole to break the shell of the universe, allowing the holy Ganges to flow down, like a banner of victory, in 3 branches throughout the 3 planetary systems. By 3 mighty steps of your lotus feet, your lordship captured Bali Maharaj along with his universal kingdom. Your lotus feet inspire fear in the demons by driving them down to hell, and fearlessness among your devotees by elevating them to the perfection of heavenly life. We are sincerely trying to worship you, our Lord. Therefore, may your lotus feet kindly free us from all of our sinful reactions. Lotus feet are bringing fear to the demons, because what is Krishna doing is, he's liberating them, and he's giving fearlessness to the devotees. So once we take shelter, all fear goes, and that's how we can see we have to see our advancement in Krishna consciousness, so that these symptoms of fearlessness, you can determine how much is there, then you can see your position. When you feel that, when you're with the devotees, with chanting, you feel peaceful, is it not? So that's a good sign. That's a good sign of progress, of change in heart. You have experience, so that's a sign. Yes, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for giving wonderful class. Prabhu, as you told about this Jiva Goswamiji, how he meditate, he sees Krishna conscious in meanings, lot of meaning you told. There's Trivikrama and all pastimes also you relate. So it's looking little difficult to see in that way and meditate. So any easy way?
Simple way. What is difficult about that? Did you not relish it? Oh wow, we're reading, look. You take any word, you are. A is, Pamana. Krishna is there, Vamana Dev is there. So in this way, you're seeing every word, Krishna is just like coming from the words. No? And like this, Jiva Goswami is giving description of all the varnas, of all the letters. So, you have the Sarveshwaras, every vowel you see, these are incarnations of Krishna. Why? Why are the vowels are saying? Because then you have the Vyanjanas, which Jiva Goswami calls us Vishnujanas. Just as consonants have no meaning with no vowels, Jiva, spirit soul, has no meaning without Krishna. Consonant cannot be pronounced without a vowel. You need a vowel with to, you know, you cannot say k, k, there's always a vowel coming. Because consonant by itself, no meaning. Vishnu Jana is always associated with the Lord's pastimes, incarnate, you know, hearing always. So in this way, you are reading every, you know, every word you read, and Krishna is coming. It's very easy, very wonderful. So, but to that, you know, we hear from devotees, then it becomes easy. By the association of devotees, by the mercy of Guru, then it becomes easy. There. Yes, Ro?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So you were with Maharaj for with serving him. So we hear about Maharaj, that how Maharaj has been tested and he remembered Prabhupada. So can you share some more incidents where you see how Maharaj is so much attached to Prabhupada, or is always prioritizing, thinking about Prabhupada?
Yes, thank you for your very nice question. Just now, before coming here, we were in the GRC, the Govardhan Retreat Center, with attending the seminars by Buddhijam Prabhu and Sachinandan Maharaj. You know, first was the holy name retreat, you know, chanting, very nice tips that you learn there, how to chant nicely. And then the Govardhan retreat, you know, there were different seminars. And Sachinandan Maharaj, in one of his classes, or Buddhijam Prabhu, anyway, one of the seminar classes, the question came, what is in your mind now? At that point, one of my god brothers was looking at Guru Maharaj and saw how Guru Maharaj turned to the deity of Srila Prabhupada. Immediately, with no second thought. Immediately, then I can understand, yes, Srila Prabhupada is in his mind all the time. This is what I can say. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki Jai.